This here is such a fantastic base edition. Believe me, I have not got enough good words to say for it. This is the ultimate base. Just a really quick thing before we get into building this absolute monstrosity of a base and why it works so well. I just wanted to mention I've set up a Discord for 7 Days to Die base builders, vanilla and modded, so whatever you play, we've got it all in there. Just people sharing builds, ideas, and helping each other improve. If base building's your thing, links in the description. Come along, say hello. Let's not just build bases, people. Let's build a community. Anyway, let's get into the video. This is a craft base with everything we need. Absolutely everything. It's even got an upstairs. Can you believe that? But anyway, this video is about building the Horde base that connects to this. So, let's get straight to it. Come on. Make sure it's 20 blocks away is what we're going to do. And that should be good. So that's 20 blocks. Then let's come down to base level. Come on. Yes. Now, in theory, I should be able to get rid of this. Yeah, I can. So you needed it there temporarily to come across, but as soon as you come down here, you can then get rid of it. So obviously you don't do that in concrete if you're in your actual game. Use wooden blocks. I have the power to use anything. So let's build a Horde base. I'm going to do an 11 by 11. So let's do 1, 2, 3. So that's 11 that way. Nice. So I've gone 11 by 11. That's going to be our main structure of the base. You're going to want to fill in the bottom 2 layers at least. Just so if any rage hits do break some blocks, they just can't go anywhere, right? If you've got nothing here, it's just a big open void. They're just going to, you know, break a layer, get in, and just be running around in this void. You don't want that. Because we're not going to be high enough to stop the rage hits, we need to put in some measures to minimize the rage hit damage. Rage hit is not an issue, to be honest. You've only got to last, what, Horde night, 1 night. There's just no way they can do enough damage for it to be a problem. So I shall explain in just a moment. Okay, 11 by 11 slab filled in. Nice. Let's make this too high. Not too high, just too high. Do you feel me? Okay, nice. So, solid slab, too high, right? Now, if it was me, I would go 3 high with the slab, just because they're going to be rage hitting the bottom and this top block. If they break the top block, they can then squeeze, because they can get into a 1 by 1 gap. They can then squeeze into this gap and start knocking the one above, and then they come into your open void. So, if it was me, you don't have to, but I would reinforce this next layer as a solid slab. If you don't want to use the material on doing a solid slab, then just do it 2 blocks deep like this. Damn it. So I've filled the entire 3rd row in, just because it's the right thing to do. So how high are we? 1, 2, 3. We want to go 5 high, really. That's the goal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going to be, I think that's, yeah, that looks about right. That's going to be our level of standing. So we're going to be stood on top of this here. This is where we'll be. This is our fighting position here. In fact, let's build the fighting position. Like so. There's our fighting position. Now let's just build up to level of standing, so it makes a bit more sense. So the walls are up. Let's just fill in this part. I'm running out of blocks. Let's just chuck a block in the middle there for a bit of support. Because why not? Okay, so what can we do here? Guess we'll fill that in. And then we'll just get the stairs, I suppose. Just do that. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes some good sense. Yeah, something like that. That looks good to me. That looks good to me. Just want to reinforce some of these bits. Just because it looks nice as well as reinforcing. So just a nice addition to the look. Let's just do that. Maybe one here, I guess. I suppose I should probably do that here as well. Bit of extra support. We've gone a little bit off track here, but I want to chuck that in there just so it looks normal. I'm going to chuck that on there. I'm going to copy that shape. Do that there. Yeah. Looks a bit more good, doesn't it? We've now got a solid base that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 high. However you do this is up to you, but I really do recommend that the bottom 3 layers are solid, because they will rage hit because you're not, 10, 15 high, whatever the limit is. But over the course of a whole night, if you've got 3 solid blocks, every bloody zombie that night could only rage hit and they just wouldn't do enough damage. That's probably a lie. But a very small percentage of all of the zombies throughout a Horde night will rage hit. It's just impossible that they can do enough damage until 4 o'clock that would actually bring the base down. So just relax, guys. Relax. Now, let's do the logic. I love the logic. I do the same logic all the time because it works. There's just no reason to change it. And that's the wrong block. You want cube half. You do not want cube half centered. You want cube half. We're going to bang this bad boy on advanced. And then we're going to put it up against our fighting position. Then we're going to use another one. We're going to spin it around to the other end like this. So it's like that. Yeah, you feel me? Then we're going to grab ourselves a fin. Type in fin. Unclick that. There we go. Fin pipe. And we're going to bang this bad boy in advance. Then we're going to bang some of these down. There is no real limit to how many of these you need or whatever. I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm just going to do 7. I might even do less than that. I'm going to do 6. Yeah, let's do 6. Let's copy this shape. We're going to replicate what we just did at that end, but this end. So you're going to want advanced. Bang. Spin that around. Bang. There we go. That is our logic for the base. So we want to copy shape. We want to put this here. Try not to make it all collapse. Then we want to bring it down. So now that's red. I can't put any more there, otherwise it's going to go crumble in the jungle. So let's go from the bottom. There we go. Now, we need to build the stairs. So just copy as I do if you want to be successful. And then going to do the same this side. Lovely. That looks good to me. And then the same this side. Beautiful. There's the base of our stairs. Let's just fill this in. So, this is what we're left with at the minute. Let's now just start filling it in, and it'll start to make sense. I have no idea what I'm talking about. You do need to fill these corners in. Obviously. Because I'm an idiot. And we're going to follow this shape round. Perfect. Then we follow this one round. This one. And then these ones. So this is what you're left with. This is our stairs, guys. You're probably wondering how. How is this our stairs? Well, all we do is fill it in. Like so. And this is going to go all the way around. This is probably stairs overkill, but for many, many years, this is what I've used, and I've never had a problem. So there's no point changing something when it works, right? So now we want these pieces, because they fill the corners in for us. Like so. Nice. Stairs done, to some degree. Let's just put these on the ends here. Simply because zombies will fall down there, mainly down here. And then their path, naturally, is to run like this. And they don't get caught on the flat edges. They can walk up this and around and up. Just makes it smoother for the tracking of their AI. That's what you want to do. You just want to make that work. So let's just set the time to day again, because we don't want it getting dark on our YouTube video, do we? Let's get rid of that border. This wants to be cement, all this floor, really, because this is where it goes down, my guy. Okay, solid floor. Now, I broke one block too many there. That's why we got one random one sticking out. But to be honest, it wouldn't hurt to go one more round the whole thing. So we're going to do that. Nice. Job done. Simple as that. That is, with an extremely high amount of material, the logic done. Oh, look how good it looks, though. It looks so worth it. If it's end game, you're going to use a lot of material, so, you know, whatever. Okay, so for the front, we want some scaffold ladders, which is these. Now, you're going to use these twice. So, we're going to have one on the outside, like this, but we want them on the side, right? If they're on the side, they can't climb them. So we want, yeah, like that, right? Boom. And boom. So in theory, you can't climb them now. You can climb them. Okay. Whatever. You can climb them sideways or upright by the looks of it. I think. Is that right? Yeah, so it doesn't matter what way around you have them. So a lot of people tell me, no, you've got to turn it. They can climb it. Well, it climbs it both ways. So whatever. But I have a measure in for that anyway. Let's, oh, went a bit too fast there. And we want two on this side as well. So we've got double the damage. Okay, so let's start giving this base a bit of a shape. How high do we want it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think that's high enough, right? Okay. Yeah, that looks high enough to me. I don't disagree with that. Okay, so you've now got a structure for the base, right? There is one important detail that we still need to put in, and that is these bad boys. This is to help prevent, not prevent, well, I guess it is prevent, the rage hits on the side of the base. I've got them the wrong way, haven't I? Yeah. Rid of these quick. You want these to be the other way around. The way it just was. Ah, for God's sake. Too quick on the thumb. Like that. Yeah? Makes sense? Oh, I hope so. Also have one there. Then I guess we'll just do the corner pieces with these. It's fine. Doesn't matter. This side doesn't really matter so much. I can probably get rid of that one, to be honest. Okay, so now we want to come down to these edges. Need some reinforcement in the middle here, because this was going yellow. Let's put some more reinforcement here, because this is going yellow. Just want to strengthen these walls up a little bit. It's still going yellow. We haven't got enough this side. There we go. Gonna get rid of that. We don't actually need that one. Okay, nice. We have a solid box. We're now going to replicate that this side. But we're not going to have that front bit there. We're just going to do it from probably, yeah, we're going to get rid of this. And we're just going to do it from here. Let's just reinforce this wall early so we're not getting scary yellow stuff. There we go. Perfect. That's good stuff. Might as well fill in that while we're here. And that. So that can be... That can just be a door. Boom. Simple as that. Let's leave the top open for now. We want to... A block there. Let's fill this in. This will also help reinforce the side. Let's leave that. So this is a doorway in. So the point is, and this is how I build my bases now, because of the rage hits, not only have we doubled up all the bottoms, so rage hits aren't really a problem anyway, but for the people that do get scared, we have this system now. So, especially for co-op, if you've got one person doing the business at the front and you've got a spare man, they can just check the sides. Look how easy this is. This is awesome. Check the sides. Come over here. Check the sides. You hear someone rage hitting, you just shoot them in the head, you come back. Honestly, I do this all the time. You only ever have to deal with like 2 or 3 side hitting like rage hitting zombies every now and then. It's not even a frequent thing. I have my buddy shooting here, and I stand here and just shoot from here. Take care of, like, I literally just shoot from here, shooting anything piling up here, take care of anything up against the wall, every now and then check the sides and do a little lap of the sides. Job done. I'm also going to put something here as well to stop you accidentally falling off like this, so don't worry, we're not quite finished yet. Even on solo, you can just batter them up here and every now and then do a quick lap. If anything sounds like it's a problem, like this will hold out long enough, especially if you upgrade it to ductile iron. Anyway, let's sort this bit here out real quick, just so it's not an issue. So what you want, this pole double top. This is what you want, my guys. You want one there, and you want to go into advanced, and you want one there. Now let me just show you why this is good. This is good because you can't accidentally walk out. You can just stand here and help shoot everything that's piling up here, and you can shoot everything that's fallen down that's rage hitting the front of the base. You don't have to worry about looking out left. You're only protecting this bit, yeah? So your friend's there shooting, you're here, you're shooting there, you're shooting down there. You can't accidentally walk out. If you do want to get a little peek, if you go to duck mode, you can come out a bit. And this is what I normally do, because I'm quite confident. And if you're a confident player, you'll probably do this as well. You'll duck through and you'll be shooting them as they're running up. Shooting them here, shooting them there. it just gives you the option. If you're scared, you can't fall out. If you're confident, you can pop out a little bit and get involved. This here is such a fantastic base edition. Believe me, I've been using it for a while now, and it is absolutely incredible. I have not got enough good words to say for it. Anyway, let's fill this side up. We're going to have bars this side. Damn it. Let's put it onto simple. Give it the good stuff. Just so you got a bit of a window. Maybe you've got a third person that wants to have a little look at what's going on. What's going down, you feel me? Right, the top. The top's important. And I'll tell you why. Because of the birdies. The birdies. You want a way to shoot vultures if they do come. They don't very rarely... They don't often come. If they do, you kind of want a way to deal with them, right? So we're going to put bars, them same bars there, but in the roofs. So what we'll do... You still need room for... I'm actually going to patch this door up. And I'm just going to use this entrance to check down there. Because we need a power room. We're going to cover this up a bit more. We're going to do this. So this is going to be our little power room. It shouldn't interfere with any of this. So you're going to have someone at the front here. It's miles away, this corner. It's not a problem. And even any spitters coming through are only going to damage this corner. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. Let's fill that in. We don't need that. Then let's grab these. Let's put them on to advanced. And do this. There we go. So, if we do get any vultures, all you got to do is stand here, and then that's your way of shooting them. You can shoot through these. So that solves that problem. Okay then. Alright, what next? Okay, so let's talk traps. You don't need these. They're not essential. They don't really do that much damage, to be honest. But if you put one there, every time they fall down, they fall through it. You know, maybe that contributes a little bit towards helping on some damage to some degree. You don't need these. They're really not that important. But they're just that extra little thing that's quite cool if you ask me. So I'm putting them in, okay? We want a bulb in here. Probably want a bulb in here. Bang one like there as well, so there's a bit of light in that bit. So we want, what do we want, people? What do we want? We want generator, battery bank, and we want switch, which we'll just put there, whatever. So let's wire all this up. Well, first let's put engines in here. Let's put batteries in here. We also need gasoline. I forgot the gasoline. Let's hit refuel. Turn on. Turn on. Okay, wicked. So, we're going to connect generator to battery bank to switch. Before we go any further, let me just explain. So, you don't need this battery bank at all. You can just use the generator and go generator straight to switch and then switch off to whatever you're using the switch for. In this case, it'll be lights and traps. The reason I have a battery bank is because the generator is so loud and annoying. Now, I've covered this in my part 1 video, so hopefully you already know this, but I'll cover it just in case you haven't. That's really loud and annoying. If I turn this off, it's nice and quiet. The batteries are just running. Batteries still work. See how this light works? Way, way better. The reason you need the generator is because these batteries in here, they lose power. They break over time. But if you turn the generator on, it charges these batteries. How cool is that? So you can have this off all the time, and then when the batteries get low, then you turn it on and charge them up. But for a whole Horde night, you can just turn this off and run off the batteries, and then when the Horde night's over, I don't know, maybe you can turn this on for a couple of days or a day or whatever you want to do. Point is, you need that to charge this. You don't want this running all the time. Maybe you do, but I can hear that from here, and that's annoying. But if you turn it off, you can't hear it. Anyway, let's connect these to our lights. I'm just going to lazy connect them, one to the other, to the other, to the other. Is it this one? Is that all of them? I think that's all of them. Let's turn that on. Oh, we have power. Nice. But we want to power these bad boys as well. So, to do that, we're going to need to do a slightly different method. We're going to need a relay. One of these bad boys. Because you're not going to be able to get from there all the way to that end one. So, we need a relay. I think here is a safe point. That's never going to get damaged there. I'm pretty sure that's fine. So what we're going to do is we're then going to go switch to relay. Relay. And then you can now crouch and come through our little gap. Hit it to this. You can also do this. But the problem is, if for whatever reason this trap breaks, that one will stop working because the power link is going through them. So, we're going to get rid of that. We're going to grab another relay and separately connect this one. Now, if one of them breaks, it doesn't destroy the chain. You feel me? Good. This is all coming up Millhouse. The logic here is good stuff. But we also have the problem of them climbing up this. We want to stop that, right? So, what I do on mine is I just use these. And we just do this. Yeah? Problem solved, brother. There you go. Job done. I just want to give that some extra reinforcing. Same with that. Same there. That's about all you can do for reinforcing that, really. This is the ultimate base. Guess that leaves us with the task of painting. We do love a good paint. I'm going to copy what we've done on the house because I just think it looks nice. Paint all the floor this. We're going to do the walls in the nice oak. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. And then we're going to do the roof in the white, because I think the white looks really tasty. I'm going to do the inside of the door pieces white, because I'm also going to do the outside of their white. Let's just do that in white. It looks nice. So does this. Okay, let's do that too. Let's do that. Whoop. Let's do the roof. Woo. Okay. Let's bang this in white. Probably just going to do these in white as well, because it's quick and simple. Painting is personal preference. You can literally just do, whatever the hell you want. We'll do all of the inside of this white. If I do this, it's going to do all of that in there. So, just quickly, I'm going to put this onto single, so I can do that. Then I'm going to go back to all floor, and then I can do that. It doesn't affect in there, see? Well, we can keep that as white anyway, to be fair. Yeah, why not? Single brush, hit that. Paint all, hit that. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so we want to do the outside, but we're not going to have it in white. We're going to do it in something else. What do we have that we can do it in? What about a nice yellow? Ooh, yes. Look at that. Why don't we make it out of bookcases? Ho, 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 ho. Okay, that's enough fooling around. Quite like the yellow concrete, to be honest. We're going to do the yellow concrete. Yeah, bang that all around. This is all just minor details at this point. You can literally do whatever you want. Paint all sides now, so I can do that. Oh, we also want to do all surface, so all of that, and all of that. Probably going to just do the stairs in yellow, to be honest. Of paint all sides. Do this, and this. Oh, this is looking tasty. This is looking really tasty. What if we do that in white, just for the banter? Oh, yes. Give it a bit of flavour. Okay, so that's that all done. Let's do... Oh, should we do the shiny black? Ooh, yeah. Shiny black. That is a fine-ass looking base. You feel me? Maybe we should use the same blocks for the pathway. What did we use for that? Ah, was it this? Yeah, okay. So that kind of keeps suit with that. Can't you see I'm building here, buddy? Okay, nice, nice, nice. Let's do underneath. Let's do this side. I suppose that should probably be yellow, like the base. Would make the most sense, right? Done. Perfect. Now we just need a few minor bits in the base, just to make it a bit more decent. Right, so we're going to put an iron door there and an iron door there. Now the reason I'm using iron is because they don't have a massive delay like these. This is just too slow. And this is going to be for like quick jump out, look, jump back in sort of thing, you know. Jump out, check the sides, and jump back in. They just open and close very quickly, so it just makes sense to do something like... I mean, you can use wooden if you really want, but whatever. Right, storage boxes. Storage boxes for whatever rubbish you want. Job done. Okay, well, two-part series has come to an end. I hope you enjoyed the video. I think this one is going to be significantly quicker than that one was. But now you have an all-in-one base. Let me know what you think. Drop me a like and a subscribe. But this is pretty much the setup I use all the time. It definitely works. It's so, so good. Give it a try. Do it all in wood if you're scared. This logic is so good that wood would probably work. The only thing I will recommend, last minute throwouts. This is concrete, remember? You want to, before you paint this, you want to upgrade key bits to ductile iron or steel, whatever it is. You want these here to obviously be steel because they're better material, more health. You want to put some steel around this bit. You want these bits to be steel. Anything that the zombies are touching and are part of, upgrade it to steel. You can even do the bottom two layers as steel if you're really scared. But this base is so, so good that, honestly, it's the madness. But, until the next time, guys...